Bonjour, nijo sek sagamakwe seas samok digo atikdo tem nimeteo onigiming donji. My colonial name is Sherry Kopanes, and I was the facilitator and the writer of this initiative in regards to developing and writing a curriculum for Kenora Chiefs Advisory for anti-racism and cultural safety. Historically and contemporarily, currently, we all know that there's been problems or issues within the healthcare system in regards to racism. So there's been racism across all levels of the healthcare system, and it's past due and timely that Kenora Chiefs Advisory, along with partners within Treaty 3 and Ontario, they had wanted to find a way to help people become more informed, educated, but especially to have some kind of action on how to treat people who want to access healthcare services in a respectful and a safe way when people need to find healthcare or access healthcare services.
To help impact a system that hasn't helped Indigenous people. And I think that having something of this nature in place that will carry its own weight, a tool that will allow for those spaces to be created so that those conversations around safety can happen naturally. It should be organic.
I feel really happy that Kenora Chiefs Advisory undertook this initiative and also brought in partners, not only Anishinaabe people, but also our non-Anishinaabe people, and how they all work together to bring something to fruition.
Having a curriculum within like a healthcare setting around cultural activities, cultural way of life, a lot of our cultural ways is oral based. A lot of it is stories, a lot of it is a legend, but over the years we've seen that we're losing that ability to tell these stories orally. So over the years we know that our elders have said it's okay to start filming some of this, it's okay to start writing some of this down, because that's how a lot of our young people, especially young people and non-Indigenous brothers and sisters, learn, right? They need things on paper, they need things to see that way. But that's how we kind of transcribe, I guess, our ways of the teachings, of our history. A lot of it is becoming written.
It's so important. One of the things that I've always stressed was knowledge to a specific area. When we start to dilute that knowledge with other teachings, it misses the mark of the people within that specific geographic area.
First and foremost, we wanted to get the advice and direction from our elders, because they have the wisdom and the lived experience that is required in order for us to do anything in the best way possible. But really, this is for all of society, because that's the reality. We all live together. None of us are going anywhere. We're all here to stay, and really it's about us learning about one another. This curriculum and this training is for everyone, so that we can all work together, so we can all respect each other and care about one another.
I think this curriculum is a very important part of in understanding us as Anishinaabe people, and it's so needed as well. We live in a very diverse community now, and there's many people that come to work here. And so without the knowledge of how the Anishinaabe people are, we tend to get misunderstood.
The way that some systems are operating now, and especially in healthcare, is that there's not a whole lot of room for those conversations to be had. So I think that being able to inject this framework for understanding into the system that doesn't accommodate that kind of talk, helping to change some of the mindsets. It's not going to happen overnight, obviously, but I think that it will create an opportunity for some very safe conversations to happen. And I think that if there's enough people that are supporting that are open to the idea of having this kind of curriculum becoming, if not a centerpiece to interactions, it will be of great benefit.
Providing hope that we can get to a point that maybe there'd be no racism into the future, and that we would all work together to create a path or a clearer path for our children to be treated like a human being, not just whatever color of skin you have, but just to be treated like a human being when you're accessing any kinds of services. And we shouldn't tiptoe around that kind of a subject or that kind of a topic, because unfortunately, it's alive and well.
I mean, everybody I think that's been involved with healthcare has heard the horror stories. A lot of those situations could have been avoided had there been a middle ground there. And I think that the introduction of this curriculum is going to help to allow for dignity to be fostered, recognized, and empowered. And I think to remain authentic, I think the continued support of Indigenous knowledge keepers and elders and people from ceremony needs to happen in order to ensure the longevity of the curriculum.
When we do have this curriculum that's locally made with local elders from our communities, that only makes it that much stronger.
A lot of people can say they're not racist, but unless you do something about it, then you're being complicit or complacent. So this curriculum is helping you move out of that comfortable state and maybe being a little uncomfortable at first, but really it's about everyone taking action to not be racist. It's taking some sort of action in regards to eradicating racism. And everybody and everyone is responsible for that, not just the Indigenous people, not just Anishinaabe people, but every person in society.
One of the beautiful things about our people, especially our elders, is they're very forgiving. And they're not going to chastise you for writing things down, for recording things. They're going to be like, hey, that's awesome. And that's beautiful to see that we are keeping on the traditions, the language, a way of life, through social media, through video, through books, curriculum.
So for me, it's about handing over the curriculum to people and trusting that they will continue to further develop it, and also make a commitment to ensuring that training is made available to whoever may want to participate, or even to make it mandatory training within Treaty 3. Because really that's what this trainer needs to do, is provide a brave space so that we're able to have conversations, we're able to have discussions, take a look at myself about how I may be providing services and how I can do that better with anti-racism and culturally safe thoughts and ways at the forefront of everything that I do. Once I have that information and tools before me, then I'll be able to provide services in a anti-racist and culturally safe way.